Hello everybody and welcome to Holy Rosary College Open Night. Sorry for the false start we call it, but there was high demand on our website. Accessing it just there now, and over the last couple of minutes thankfully people have managed to make their way into the Open Night, as we've said, and as we've just started a recording on the video on the Open Night tonight. So this video will go up on the website afterwards for people that are having difficulties to get in. I think we're up on almost 95 to 100 participants there at the moment, so we hope that most people that want to get in are in. So I suppose you're very welcome in the first place. I hope that you enjoy the Open Night now that we've got it up and running, and that you get to see what HRC is about and what the flavour of the facilities and amenities we have in the school and what it has to offer for future students. Before we start, I just want to point out that while we're in school every day we wear face masks when we're around, but for the clarity tonight in terms of voice and projection and so that you can hear us, we won't be wearing a mask presenting and talking, but as we move away and come and go to the screen here tonight, we will obviously be wearing masks. Before we start, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Sister Assumpta just to come and to introduce herself and to welcome you to the Open Night. Sister is a member of the congregation that founded the school here back in 1965. I'll just let her say a few words now. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Sister Assumpta, and I'm a sister of the Christian Retreat, a member of the founding congregation of HRC way back in 1965. I'm also chaplain in the school, and I look forward to meeting our new first years in September. It is my privilege to welcome you all this evening to our virtual Open Night, and I hope you'll enjoy it. I would like to start this evening off with a short prayer. As we gather here in HRC for this virtual visit of our school to prepare our new academic year 2021, let us join in prayer for a healthy year ahead for every member of our school community. We pray that you will find warmth, acceptance and be welcomed here in Holy Rosary. We ask God's blessing for you all and your families joining with us this evening from your homes. We thank God for the people who made this school a happy, caring place. We are proud to be part of the Kesh School community, where we are reminded of gospel values that are life-giving and inclusive. So let us entrust ourselves to Our Lady, patron of Holy Rosary College, asking her to keep us all safe. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen.
Thank you, Sister. Tonight we decided to do a live presentation to answer some of the questions that are traditionally asked of us of a regular Open Night. And indeed, on a regular Open Night we can have a queue up the front door, and I think that's what our website felt over the last 15 or 20 minutes as people tried to get into it. So we thank you first of all for your patience until we got it set up, and we do hope from now on you enjoy the presentation for the next half an hour or so. Tonight we hope to give you a flavour of the school, to let you see what the facilities we have to offer here in the school and how they would benefit a student in the school, but also just to have a look around and to get a feel for the atmosphere indeed that is in HRC. This package that we're using tonight is Microsoft Teams. It is what we used for the last 6 months or so to teach during lockdown, and each student in the school has access to an account and has a Microsoft Teams account, and use that to contact and communicate with the teachers both before the summer, during lockdown, and indeed since, in a blended teaching approach, if you like. Before now, and in the last 2 weeks or so, and prior to midterm, you would have received a prospectus, a subject choice booklet, and some information from the school through the primary schools. Now we got to most of the primary schools, and indeed most students when they were there. However, if you didn't get one and would like to receive one, we will be able to post them to you if you contact the office tomorrow. Okay. So Holy Rosary College is a voluntary Catholic secondary school where we provide a holistic education in a safe, caring environment where the dignity and the uniqueness of every student is valued and respected. The school was founded by the Sisters of the Christian Retreat back in 1965, and the trustees of the school at this stage now have been handed over to KESH. The school was renovated in 2016 and extended at the same time. The school now offers a state-of-the-art set of facilities, and we are proud to have such resources and facilities in our school. We are proud of the academic tradition and success that we've had here in the school, and we believe that any student that enters this school, by the time they leave after 5 or 6 years, depending on whether they do transition year or not, that they leave the school as fully developed, well-rounded, respectful young people. Tonight we have presenters, including myself, our head boy, head girl, some TY students and deputy principals that are going to speak to you about various different aspects of it. And this first part of the open night will be an information session, so kind of going through information in a little PowerPoint, and then we hope to go to our virtual tour, which is online on our website, and go and show you around the school, all going well, if the website allows us back in. Okay, so before I go any further tonight, I would now like to introduce our head boy and our head girl, David Hillary and Hannah Mulrooney, who are just going to speak to you of their experiences in school over the last number of years. Thank you.
Hello, my name is David Hillary, and I'm the head boy this year in HRC. I can remember being in your position, trying to choose a secondary school, and coming to see Holy Rosary College on open night. I can recall vividly walking through the front door of the school and the warm, friendly, energetic atmosphere that greeted me inside. At that moment, I knew that I would go to school here. The memory of our induction day during the summer before first year has also stayed with me. The induction day provides you with a great chance to familiarise yourself with the school and help ease any apprehension you may have. In every part of the school, as teachers and students, there is an evident positive learning environment to be seen, and I hope that we can get this across to you tonight. There are plenty of opportunities to be gained from taking part in sport and extracurricular activities in secondary school. In first year here in HRC, you are allowed to play as many different sports as you wish. Being part of different teams and activities in school is a great way of making friends with those who share common interests with you. We are very lucky with all the modern facilities we have in the school. The list is endless, and in relation to sport and PE, we have a fully kitted out AstroTurf, sports hall and gym. Second, provides you with a great chance to try something new, and there are many different sports on offer. I strongly encourage you to take part in different things and try something new during your time in secondary school. My personal experience of HRC has been nothing but positive. In second year, I tried out athletics, and from this grew a passion for running. This is why I would say to anyone to take every opportunity that comes your way. Without a doubt, I've made friends for life here. My time in HRC has instilled in me numerous moral values and has encouraged me to work hard to fulfill personal goals and reach my full potential.
My name is Hannah Mulrooney, and I'm the head girl here in Holy Rosary College. Throughout my years in HRC as a student, I have always felt accepted, valued and safe. Every opportunity is to help you realise your full potential. That is why I am so honoured and proud to stand here today as head girl and represent the school. In Holy Rosary College, we have great support systems in place for incoming first years. I'm lucky enough this year to be a part of this system. We have a head boy, head girl and 20 prefects, and as a team we represent the school on public events like tonight, where we proudly wear our school uniform and badges. In HRC, it's nice that you have the option to do transition year. The main highlights of TY are the musical, Goshka, John Paul II Awards and many fundraising events, as Cormac and Amy will later explain. For me, TY was an outstanding time for self-development. It gives students time to reflect, relax and manage free time. I immensely enjoyed TY and gained all different types of opportunities, which I am extremely grateful for and will never forget. Since my arrival to HRC, the school has expanded. In 2016, we opened a state-of-the-art new school containing fully equipped gyms, music rooms, art rooms, and libraries. In my first year in HRC, we were in the old school, and because of this, I can clearly see the tremendous beneficial impact the expansion has had with staff and students. HRC takes a holistic approach to the development of any student. We are a Catholic co-educational school and strive to maintain Catholic values on a daily basis. Life in Holy Rosary College is full of happiness, joy, care and friendship. My years in HRC have been unforgettable. The friends I have made, the opportunities they have offered me, and the care I've been given is testament to what HRC is all about. I am now sadly in my final year. However, the safety and nourishing I received here in HRC has empowered me to face the next step of my education with confidence and strength. I am truly honoured and proud to be a student in Holy Rosary College.
Good evening, my name is Maura Larkin, Deputy Principal of Holy Rosary College. While education is hugely important to every student, we also aim to develop the other aspects of education, namely extracurricular and sporting. In the next few slides, I'm going to go through some of the extracurricular and sporting activities that we offer here in Holy Rosary College. Starting with sport, we offer camogie, football, hurling, rugby, athletics, golf, basketball, to name a few. And we cater for all ages and abilities and have endured huge success over many years in sporting fields. In other areas, we have a very successful annual school musical, and this year, in exceptional circumstances, tweaking that to make it work for our TYs. Amy will talk about that later. We're also involved in young social innovator schemes, parish projects, and our annual mini company project that our senior business students work on every year, where they invent a product, market it and sell it in the school. Other areas we're involved in is the Formula 1 competition, that are also where we design racing cars and actually enter into competitions for that, okay? Also, we have international trips and both in Ireland and abroad for all our students. Moving on from that, we have some images here of things that we've taken part in, namely pony riding and sporting activities, academic success and sporting musical instruments as well.
Keep going.
Yep. So moving on to the next slide, just waiting for that to come up.
It's gone past.
Just talk.
Now, also involved is, we're also hugely involved in Catholic Schools Week, and important dates in our religious calendar are retreats for all, shoebox appeal and raising money for charity. Our current fundraisers, Cormac will speak about in a few moments. Other areas that we're involved with as well is Merry Mile. There's our Formula 1 competition entrance and academic success again. What we also get involved with is speakers that come in on a regular basis that have particular expertise in different areas and gives talks to our students on well-being, and also we are involved in talks to parents for new junior cycle projects and information evenings to help parents make decisions on senior cycle subjects. We have a coding club that is run during lunchtime during schools for those that are involved in computers, and we also attend college open days and career fair visits outside school. Some of our students are also entered in competitions, and Amy will talk through those in a moment, namely the Young Scientist competition and Drive for Life that they're involved in this week. We have poetry workshops and drama workshops that our students get involved in as well. And of course, our ever successful mock trials that we've been entered in the last 5 or 6 years, and we have entered into the international competition in New York for the last 3 years. And that picture on your left there is the one that is pictured in New York. On the right are some of our past pupils that enjoyed success in the All-Ireland Camogie final last year, and indeed Miss Kilkenny as well. Activities also range according to whatever's on in the school week. For example, this week is Science Week, and we've also engaged in activities to celebrate Seacht na Gaeilge. We have debating teams in the school, and we also enter quizzes on a regular basis, namely the business studies quizzes and history quizzes. Amy will also talk you through in a few moments about a competition we're entering at the moment called Aberdeen Angus Competition, and we also have a well-stocked library in the school. Our students also get the opportunity of saving in our school bank, and we have a forensic science day that our TYs get involved in as well. Student representative bodies in Holy Rosary College is very important to develop that side of the students who like to have a say and a voice in the school, namely the Student Council, where each year group is represented on our Student Council. Our prefects, who you've just met there, and our head boy and head girl form an integral part of the school committees as well. MEHAL team allows our students to develop leadership in the school, and a new committee that was established this year in light of the current circumstances called the COVID Committee have also developed ways in which we can stay safe in school, and indeed have released a song that is also available on the website for you to listen to later on. So with that in mind, I'm going to introduce you now to two of our TY students who will go through some of the activities that I've mentioned in more detail and give their viewpoint on TY. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Cormac, and I am a transition year student here in HRC. This evening, I am going to speak to you about the different activities that TYs are involved in. So far, it has been a very busy and active year. A group of students have volunteered to fundraise for different charities throughout the year. Currently, we are holding a fundraiser in aid of Cree Cancer Care West. This is a virtual event on idonate.ie. To date, we have raised over €3,000. For the fundraiser, we are asking people to get out and be active in their community during the month of November. Many students are involved in the Student Enterprise Programme. For this, students are asked to design, market, and sell a product in their local area. For example, one student has designed reusable shopping bags, which can be personalised with the customer's name. All TY students take part in the Future Leaders Programme, which is run by the GAA. This is a fantastic opportunity for students to learn and develop new skills. As part of this programme, students take part in several courses throughout the year, such as coaching, nutrition, and event management. Last week, we were involved in a foundation level coaching course which was given to us by Galway GAA. We will be receiving a certificate as part of this course later in the year. We are also writing pen pal letters to TY students in a school in County Meath. My pen pal's name is Philip. The purpose of this activity is to communicate with other young students and to share ideas in these challenging times where we cannot physically meet. Amy and I are involved in the TY Debating Society. Each month we debate on a different topic. For example, this month we are debating on the motion, should Irish be compulsory in schools? These debates are sure to be very enjoyable, great fun, and maybe a little heated. These are just some of the activities which I've enjoyed so far in my transition year. I will now pass you over to Amy, who will tell you a little bit more about these activities.
Hi, my name is Amy Higgins, and I'm also a transition year student here in HRC. Although TY is a little bit different this year due to COVID-19 restrictions, we still have a jam-packed calendar full of events, courses, clubs, competitions, workshops, etc. This year, we are having a medley instead of a musical. Each week, different people choreograph a dance and teach it to the rest of the group. We are learning different dances and songs to popular musicals such as Footloose, Annie and Mamma Mia, as if it was part of a musical. We hope to make a video of us performing these songs and dances and stream it live later on in the year. Drumador is just one of the many excellent workshops we've had so far. We were each given our own drum and learnt the skills and techniques involved in drumming. Drumador supplied our school with 30 drums for the day. By the end of the workshop, we could all play a piece of music in sync together. We also had a comedian workshop with Brian Gallagher. We learned about the different types of comedy and techniques involved. We also learned how to create a storyline for your own joke. We gained a deeper understanding of stand-up comedy during this workshop, with the creative side of our minds being put to the test. Along with the comedian workshop, we also had a hip-hop dance workshop with Fun to Be Fit and a gymnastics workshop with Ace High. It got us all up and active. We did a full day of Drive for Life workshop last week. It taught us about the consequences of careless driving on the road. I found this workshop very beneficial, as we are now coming to the age where we can start taking our theory tests and driving lessons, and it's good to be aware of the responsibility that comes with that. We also did a section where he helped us prepare for our theory tests, which we all hope to do this year. In TY, there's a wide range of competitions that you can get involved in. A few students are entering Certified Irish Angus Beef this year. We have to come up with innovative ways of promoting Angus beef. For example, this year we hope to have face masks with the Certified Irish Angus Beef logo on them, and also have an Angus Beef mascot going to various events if we get on to the next stage in this competition. There's also a group of TY students that have been accepted into the BT Young Scientist, and they're doing a project on the effect of nutrition on the performance of young athletes. In TY, we sample a wide range of subjects over the year, alternating every 8 weeks. We get a taste of the different subjects that we can choose from for the Leaving Cert. TY has been such an amazing year so far with so many opportunities. I'm gaining so many new skills from it that I can now carry further into my future. Thanks.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Martin Tierney, and I am Deputy Principal at Holy Rosary College. Over the next few slides, we're going to look at the subjects you will study if you choose to come to Holy Rosary College. In Holy Rosary College, we offer a complete and wide range of subjects. As this slide shows, Junior Cert students study Irish, English, Maths, History, Geography and Science. And under the broad umbrella of Wellbeing, you will study PE, SPHE, CSPE, Guidance and ICT. Students also opt for 2 students from the following optional list of subjects: Applied Technology, Business Studies, Graphics, Home Economics, Music, Visual Art and Wood Technology, which most of you would know as woodwork. Students also choose one subject between French and German, so you study one language for your Junior Cert. So you all have the booklet and subject choice form, which we gave you in the pack we distributed to you to your national school. Again, this booklet is available from our school website or can be obtained by contacting Anne, our school secretary, in the school office. And there is a picture of both the booklet and the subject choice form on that slide there. This booklet describes each of the 7 subjects, so I'll allow you to go through that yourselves. Science is also compulsory, as it leads into many STEM subjects for Leaving Cert. And that slide there shows you all our Leaving Cert subjects, and we might go through them at a later date as you move through 3rd year. Okay? In Holy Rosary College, if you find you aren't entirely happy with the 2 opted subjects you choose, we allow you to move to a different optional subject. Okay, just getting back to the Leaving Cert slide a second, please. It shows you the list of subjects we offer at Leaving Cert, and just to point out that our most recently added subjects at Leaving Cert include Technology and PE to examination level. And now the next few slides just shows you some pictures, no, there they are, some pictures from the different optional rooms. So there's Music, Home Economics, Business, Woodwork, Technology, Tech Graphics. Okay, and thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
evening, everybody. My name is Rose Quinn and I am the guidance counsellor here in Holy Rosary College. You're very welcome to this unusual open evening that we're having on this very wet night. I'm here just to tell you a little bit about the pastoral care and the support that we offer our students here in Holy Rosary. So HRC has a very long tradition of strong pastoral care and student support. We understand that first years in particular might need an extra little bit of support in transitioning from primary school to secondary school. We understand that it's a big step. You have recently been and will for another few months be the oldest and possibly the coolest students in your school, and now you have to start all over again and be the youngest starting off. So we understand that it will take a little bit of time to get used to, but I want to reassure you that we have a lot of things put in place to help our first years to transition easily. The first thing I suppose we do is we try and help you to get familiar with our school. So normally you would come in and see the school, but now you're going to see it virtually this evening, and normally we would have you in June, and we would still be hopeful that will happen. Either way, we'll have you in definitely for a full day on your own when you come in September before the other students come back. So there's a lot of things that we put in place to help first years, and one of them is that the Leaving Cert prefects will supervise at lunchtime and just make sure that you're okay and that you're doing okay. We have a group of students as well known as CARA. So CARA, of course, is the Irish for friend. And we have students that eagerly apply to help first years, especially with activities at lunchtime, just so that they can get to know other people, and especially if they come from small primary schools. And for students who maybe not be sporty. Sport is a big thing in Holy Rosary College, but we understand that sport isn't everyone's choice of hobby. So when COVID-19 allows us to get back to all our activities, the type of activities we have for first years at lunchtime, we've in the past had craft and knitting, we've had a science club, an art club, debating, a place for you to play board games, we've had a movie day on a Friday, and again this is where our senior students help out with these activities. Other things that we have put in place to make sure that students are well supported is for the first few days when they come in here, TY students will actually show them around almost like tour guides. So they will make sure that you don't get lost, because that's a big concern for first years when they come into a large school like this first. I've heard students tell me on open days where I actually get to meet them that that's one of their fears, that they might get physically lost in the building. Where we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. And this is where our TYs come in. They stand outside your classroom and wait for you to be finished and bring you to the next class. And then they'll bring you to the next, and they'll continue to do that until you know your way around. Other supports that we put in place is we have what are called wellbeing letterboxes around the school. And this is to make sure that students would always know that they could let us know of any concern that they have, either for themselves or for another student. So if they were worried maybe that someone was being excluded or if they weren't being treated well, they could anonymously leave a note in one of these wellbeing boxes. And I check those boxes on a weekly basis and make sure that we can support the student that needs that extra bit of support. I'm part of a pastoral care team, so I'm only one of many people that will be supporting your students during their time here at HRC. And as a pastoral care team member, I meet with the others and we just make sure that everyone is doing okay. And if they're not, we come up with ideas to try and include all students and make sure that their well-being is prioritised. There are so many things that we put in place that I'm just going to check and make sure that I haven't left out anybody or anything. Of course, Sister Assumpta is a big part of helping our first years to settle in. She tries to meet with all first years, and she will again, of course, when COVID-19 allows that. As I said, I am the school guidance counsellor, so first years are fully entitled to come and get extra support from me if they need it. And you might wonder what kind of support would they need from a guidance counsellor. Well, as Mr. Tierney already mentioned there, that not every student might be happy with the subjects that they chose. So in the first few weeks in September, if a student needed to come to me and get some advice and get some guidance about this, we'll certainly support them that way. They might also just need to talk a little bit about friends and how that's going, how they're managing homework and everything. And that's where their class teachers and their SPHE teachers support them as well in the first few weeks, just making sure they understand how to follow their timetables, and they spend a good bit of time making sure that they adjust to this. So the other way that we support students is that we do an aptitude test, and that is before they actually come into school, and the one we use is CAT 4. So the reason that we do this is to highlight the strengths of students. So for example, if they come to me and they say that they're having second thoughts about a subject they chose, I could reassure them that they are on the right track according to their strengths, or maybe encourage them to look at another subject. And also it helps us to identify any students that might need some extra academic support during their time here in Holy Rosary College. So I hope I haven't left out anything, but the message is that I and the Pastoral Care team and Sister Sumta, we're all here to support you, students that are looking in at us, and we're looking forward to seeing you in real time, hopefully sooner rather than later.
Okay, so we're almost at the end of what we would have termed the principal address in the past, and then we'll move to our virtual tour and show you some of the features on our website that for our incoming first years. So just I want to very briefly run through our admissions policy, or to make a couple of comments about it. I'm not going to go through our entire admissions policy. For September 2021 have to have published their admissions policy this year and put them on their website. And we are no different, and each policy is obviously slightly different, and ours is on our website for you to view as well. There has been some talk, I suppose, in the last number of years about it being difficult perhaps to get into HRC. One year, unfortunately, it happened where we had to, I suppose, not allow or not admit everybody into the school that wanted to get in that year, but it has happened on no other occasion, and we don't anticipate it, but I suppose we don't know on any given year, but it has only ever happened once, and we hope that it obviously won't happen again in the future. So our admissions policy has criteria in terms of what comes in, and they're on the screen there in front of you now, as to the sequence, if you like, as to who is admitted to the school. Now, the important dates in terms of our policy, our applications are open at the moment, and our application closing date will be on November the 23rd. And by the 14th of December, you will be notified of a place in the school once you have applied, obviously. Enrollment packs are available, as we said already, from the office. And if you didn't receive one, please give the school a call and we'll get them to you. We'll also show you where to find them in a few minutes on our website. And when time allows, we will be giving individual or family by family tours of the school if people want them to see our facilities in person. Obviously, it is much different looking at them in this virtual environment. Okay, so for first years and for 6th class students out there now at this moment in time, they're wondering maybe how to get to school. So on the next slide that comes up, we will have our transport and how to get to school. And the one number we're always asked for on this night every year is the bus air and bus inspector's number, because some people have difficulty getting tickets. Now we will put that up in 2 or 3 slides time again, so you maybe want to take a photograph of it in a minute or two. And then obviously Jerry Fahy and Brendan Boyle are the other alternatives for transport to school. So as I say, the Brendan Sheridan's number will be up again in a couple of minutes. Now, for 6th class students out there, coming to secondary school, as Ms. Quinn has already said, is daunting or is difficult or it's a challenge, and it is no matter what primary school you came from and what secondary school you want to go to. Traditionally, we've had a day on Saturday on June for 6th class students to have a look at some of our optional subjects, look at some of the rooms, to meet a few of the teachers, and just to get some information from myself and other teachers in the school. Now, for the current first years, last year, 6th class, we weren't able to do that due to COVID this year, and we hope to be able to do that or something similar for you guys, the class or the 6th class in primary schools at this moment in time. Obviously, we don't have the details of that yet because we don't know what the situation will be come next June. In addition, we had hoped this year to do a CAT 4 test on the Saturdays to have it done before we came into school, but this year we couldn't. But the students did it before midterm in class in school here, and again it was fine. So we will adapt depending on what restrictions and whatnot will happen over the course of the next couple of months. As Ms. Quinn has also said, September, the first day is for first years only, with a number of tour guides from transition year. Last year, and every other year prior to now, there would have been a first year lobby where the first year lockers are, where first years meet at lunchtime and where they go for break, and where only first years are. Now, this year, we couldn't do that because we couldn't have first years congregating in one space in close proximity to each other. But this year, they had base classes, and they used those base classes for their lockers. We didn't have lockers, but they put boxes of books underneath their desk. So it was actually quite like primary school, which made the transition this year that little bit easier, I suppose, because our students didn't have to move around the school to various different classrooms. So depending on the year that comes, we will be adapting our transition, if you like, for our first years. Now, every year we offer a book grant to incoming students. It subsidises the cost of purchasing books. It is obviously available for those that are eligible for it, and if people apply, there's a criteria on the application form. Then for those people that are eligible, we supply the books for them. We order and supply them, and you get them here in school the week or 10 days prior to starting in school. We're also looking at the option of trousers for girls next year in school. So we've kind of gone through our next slide, which is coming up in a minute, about supports for our first years in September. Every year group has a year head, and first years next year will be no different. And that year head will look after the students, will look after their welfare, we'll keep an eye on them, we'll look after them and check in that with them from the beginning of the year right through, and indeed right throughout the years in school. You will get information packs in relation to book lists and uniform and so on before we start. And as I said already, we'll have a day in June, physical tours when we're allowed, and only first years in school on that first day when you come back or when you join the school. And indeed, first years next year will have a wellbeing class, and this year's wellbeing, they do digital safety, they do a class on or a rotation on Microsoft 365 and how to use it, on a meditation class on how to relax, and also something on study skills. So if you want further information, please do not hesitate to contact us. The school office number is in front of you there, and again, the bus Éireann inspector's number that I spoke about is also there as well. And what we'll do now in the next minute or two is move to our virtual tour. So we're going to move from this PowerPoint presentation to our virtual tour, and that virtual tour is on our website. But just before we go there, what I will just show you before we get there is on the left-hand side of the screen that you see there is our admissions policy, as we spoke about earlier, admissions notice, our enrollment form, subject choice form, and we'll just zoom in, if you like, on our prospectus for a moment. And on the prospectus is what you have been given in hard copy already, but you're able to scroll through the book online and open the pages of it as you're there. So at the moment, that's just the inside cover, and if we flick onto the next page, the page turns over like a traditional book, I suppose, except online. And the exact same thing can be said for our subject choice booklet. And what I want to do next is I want to go to our virtual tour and show you how to get around the school and how to use that. Now, there's a slight lag in getting into our website at the moment. So at the top of the page, you have that. So you click on the play button and it brings you to the virtual tour, if you like. And in the virtual tour, if you click on it, you can move around the school. So if you're at the front gate, where you get off the bus is the first point, and you click, and it brings you to the main entrance. If you drag your mouse around the screen, and we'll just do some of it now, you can move around and you can see around, and you can move around, see around, and get around the school. So we're just going to click on the student entrance arrow on the floor, which brings us along the car park and along the drive, if you like, into the school. And then we would click on enter the school or in by the students' entrance, which is where students come every day and every morning into school. And as we go inside the school, it's actually where we're presenting from right now. So if you follow the arrows on the floor, it'll take you around the school. And if you look at any of the black dots or the black landmarks, if you like, with a white circle, and if you click on any of those, you're actually able to see a map of the school. And that map of the school will bring up a picture or a map of the school, and on that will be a series of these black dots also. And so, for example, down the back of the school is our sports hall, and if we click on that, it takes us into our sports hall. And when we're in our sports hall, we can see what's in there. Again, we can move around and we can rotate around inside in the sports hall. And there's arrows on the floor to allow us to walk out of the sports hall, for that matter, and walk out into the lobby or the foyer of the sports hall. And we can get back out to there. And again, you'll find as you move around the school or move around the virtual tour, you can see those black dots and those arrows that take you about the school. So for example, we're just going to click again on that black dot, and we're going to take another tour around the school, and we're going to jump actually to the very front left corner of the school now to our woodwork rooms. And in our woodwork room, we, again, once we get in, you can move around, you can see the benches, the tools, the equipment that are in there. Some of the projects from last year's Leaving Certs that they were doing before lockdown, before we closed down. But also, you can just see the layout of the room and what's there, or the whiteboard at the top of the room, obviously, the saws and machines towards the back, and the various different hand tools, either at the front of the thing there or on the back. And we can also see our 3D printer in the corner, and our laser cutters, which we have in the technology room. So again, if we scroll around this room, we can find a black dot again, and we will just take one more look out of this. This is something that you can do yourself, and we'll show you in a second on the website where it is. You can scroll around the school yourself. You can find out where you are in the school. If you get lost as such, you click on the black dot, you find your map, and you can come back out and start again. So we would just, for once, we go to the first floor on the right, on the bottom right hand side of the thing there, and we pick either of the two bottom dots, and we will be in one of our science labs. Okay, and this is something that you can do yourself. And when we're in this science lab, we can move around, and what we'll actually do is we'll walk out the door of our science lab into the corridor, and we will be in the corridor opposite our home ec rooms, and we can walk in then into our home ec room, or our sewing room, or our kitchen, which are all upstairs. So they're the front part of the school upstairs. So as you move around the school, you can see the arrows on the floor, which takes you in. And for example, we're now in a kitchen there, and we are looking at the 12 different, or the 10 different stations with sinks, with ovens, with hobs, and so on, that are there for our home ec students. So that is, if you like, a whistle-stop tour of the school in terms of a virtual tour. You can use this yourself, and as we just come out of this now, we'll show you on the website where it is at the very beginning. So it's on the top right hand side of the page there, and it's there. And if when you go into it for the first time, there's a little play button. When you click on that, that is what you see, and you can simply move yourself around the school and get yourself familiar with it. I know some of our current first years, last year's 6th class students used this during the summer to orientate themselves with the school before they came in, actually, and managed to nearly know where they were going before they actually stepped foot in the building, if you like. So that is a very brief introduction to the school in terms of a virtual tour. Rather than me taking you through the entire building, which I would take a long period of time to do, and I understand that people are here for the last, people are here watching this for the last 55 minutes or so. And again, I apologize for the startup, but I suppose there was a huge number of people going through our website which normally don't go through it, and they tonight slowed it down, which just with a bit of a lag in terms of getting in. But the meeting has been recorded, and we're going to download that recording now, hopefully, and upload it in the next couple of minutes, or depending on how long it takes to upload. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to hand it over to you, if you like, and allow yourselves to look through our virtual tour yourselves. But before we go, again, I thank you very, very much for attending our virtual open night, if attending is the correct word to use in these circumstances. But we do hope you got some feel for the information that we are putting out there, the feel for the school, and that you see the facilities we have and the resources that we have, and that the extracurricular and all the various different activities that our teachers put in for our students, and their own free time mostly, that they are a great benefit to any student entering the school. And indeed, we're very proud to have dedicated teachers here in the school that provide such activities for our students. So once again, I just want to say thank you very much for attending. Apologies for the delayed start, if you like, but we do appreciate everybody's patience, and we hope you enjoyed it. The virtual tour, the walk around tour, remains on the website and will remain on for a long period of time. So it will be there for you to access and click into whenever you wish. So it is something that you can come back to again and again, or indeed you can look into it now once we finish. So what we're going to do now at this point in time is end the meeting. We're going to stop it now. So at this point in time, in the next minute or so, the meeting will just stop, and we will leave, so your screen will go. So again, thank you very, very much for attending. And as I said before, if you have any queries or any questions, or if you would like a physical tour of the building when restrictions allow, and it certainly won't be before level 5 is reduced, and we were obviously looking probably for level 2 or 3. It'll depend on whatever guidelines come out, but please do contact the school, and we will organise that, and we'll put your name on a list, and we will contact you back then to, allow you into the building to see us in person, or see the building in person. So once again, thank you very much. We're just going to end this meeting now. Thank you.